Hi folks, welcome back to week 2 of BADM 726. There's 4 things we're going to accomplish this week. We're going to define our value, and that's so very important. It's really the foundation of your personal brand. Once we defined our value, we're going to take that and develop it into some text that we can use in about me type statements as we then go out and start to create social profiles. And for this class, we're going to focus on the big ones: Google Plus, LinkedIn, Facebook, a blog, and Twitter. This week, after we define our value, we're going to open up a Google Plus account, we're going to open up a LinkedIn account, and we're going to open up a Facebook account. In the next module, we'll move on and open up the WordPress blog. So this week you'll find 4 different videos where I'll kind of walk you through this. This is the first of those 4 where we'll talk about what it means to define your value. The second one will specifically look at Google+. The third one will look at LinkedIn. The fourth one will specifically look at Facebook. Keep in mind as you go here, if you have any questions on what we're doing, email me or find me on these social platforms. Another thing to really keep in mind for a class like this is many times an answer is just a Google search away. So if you don't understand something, just go to Google and type in, how do I do this? And I got to confess to you, I just did that 5 minutes ago to figure out how to do something. So that's really useful. If Google doesn't have the answer, you can probably find the answer on YouTube as well. So a lot of resources out there online that will answer just about any question you come up with. All right, the first thing that we really have to do this week is focus on our value. And that is how I define the core of your personal brand. So you really know you have a brand when there's some type of buzz around you and what you do, your name and the things that you do that help others. And if people are not spreading the word about you and your business, if they're not willing to pay a premium for what you do, there's a reason why they're not willing to do that. And the reason why is you haven't clearly articulated why they should do those things. And that's it's a huge responsibility, and it's our responsibility to be very clear about the value of our personal brand. Because if people aren't spreading the word about us or willing to pay a premium for our services, we've dropped the ball somewhere in communicating why they should do those things. All right, so your personal brand are the reasons why people spread the word about your value. And for me, this whole thing comes down to this core of what is your value. And that is the hardest thing you have to do in this course, is to define what your value is. And you'll struggle with that, and you won't get it exactly right. Some of you will get it close to right this time around. For the rest of us, it's going to be more of a lifelong journey, continuously refining what it is we do that uniquely well, that can help others address issues or solve problems that matter to them. The important thing to keep in mind about value is don't make it about you. Make it about your market. Make it about the people that you would offer these services to. So define yourself in terms of what others need, and you will be valuable to them. And I firmly believe, to the extent that you're able to do that, you will really never want for employment. You never want to make this activity solely about you. I need a job, I need these sales, I need whatever it might be. Think about what somebody else needs, and think about what you do uniquely well that can help them address those issues or solve those problems. And if you're not able to until you're able to get to the unique part, really you're just a commodity. You don't have any value. You're really totally replaceable with someone that can do the same thing that you can do, and the service will go to the lowest bidder. So it is really important to focus on those things you do uniquely well, and to get increasingly well at articulating how you do those things. And now we have these social tools where we can begin to document our value and target our value toward people that might really need it. All right, so these are some of the things you have to tackle as you're considering your personal brand. Who are you? Now that might seem like a simple question, but you do need to decide, what is my name? How am I going to leverage myself in personal branding? So for me, it's Bret Simmons. Although my website is Bret L. Simmons, that's because Bret Simmons wasn't available, but as much as possible, I try to brand myself as Bret Simmons. For females, sometimes this is an issue. If they have just gotten married or they're just going through a marriage transition, what name do they want to link to? So you need to give some thought to that. What is the name that really you would put at the top of a resume? That should be the name that you brand yourself with online. Think about who it is you want to help, and the more specific you can be about that, the better. And how is it that you want to help them? Again, the more specific, the better. Because once you get really specific, then you can send some very specific signals. Until then, you're just ambiguous noise, and it's easy for you to be ignored. All right, this is a very important question you have to eventually get to as you brand yourself. Why you? Why now? And some people, you can think of this like an elevator pitch, where you meet someone and they say, "What do you do? Who's your typical client that that I might recommend you to?" It's really important that you have this down and that you believe it yourself. Here's why you should select me, and here's why it's imperative that you select me now. And you got to believe that at your core, because your emotions about that will show up before your words ever do. And people will sense if you're just giving them an elevator pitch that you don't really believe in. But if you really believe in it, then you can fumble the words, and they'll get the message that, yeah, this guy probably does have something very important, very valuable to offer, and I really need to think about how I might connect with him or connect him to some other people I know that might need that value. All right, so those are the really important things you need to think about as you begin to establish the foundation of your brand. It's got to really target what your value is, what you can do uniquely well to help others address opportunities and solve problems that matter to them. It's the most difficult question to answer in this course. You're going to take a stab at it now, and even after you take a stab at it, you will probably begin to develop it continually over the weeks of this course, and hopefully if you keep up with this outside of the course as well. All right, I hope you found that helpful. Again, if you have any questions, email me, contact me through one of the other social channels, or go to Google and see if you can find an answer. Have a great day. Bye.